So, has crypto crashed?
It's all over, man. Bitcoin's going to zero. You're better off buying gold. You know,
Uh,
yeah, it's been a
it,
pretty crazy week on that
yeah,
front, hasn't
yep, yep.
it?
We're seeing some definite economic downturns, and I don't think this is limited to just crypto, but probably the crypto market is going to get a lot of focus. Could be it's been in a bit of a bubble. There's been a lot of what we call altcoins, things besides Bitcoin that simply aren't solid projects, and now they're going to be tested. And if there's no fundamentals there, why would anyone not drop it? So
Yeah.
Bitcoin's not dead,
Well,
but there may be some altcoins die here. Is it that serious?
yeah, that's right. And I mean, I don't remember exactly when you started getting into crypto, but I remember in 2018 we sort of went through the same sort of bloodbath as far as alts. If you look at like 10 years ago, or not even that long ago, um, the if you look at the list of the number of coins that were out there and then look at the list now, almost none of those coins exist. Like the top the
Hmm.
top the top
You look at the
coins
top
are
10.
all
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
It's
Except
I
Bitcoin, I
think
guess. Bitcoin is
right, you
still
get
number one.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, there's a few major ones. Litecoin's still around. There's a few that are still around,
Hmm.
but the especially in 2008, that was, oh man, it reminded me very similar to this, and I was just dabbling in crypto at the time, and then all of a sudden, like that was when Bitcoin hit 20,000.
2018 or
Yeah,
2017.
I can't.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was the high in
it's
2017 and then it did a
right.
slide into 2018. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
right at the end of the
quite,
year.
quite a significant bear market.
Yeah, and it went way down, and it went down to like 4,000. I went, oh man, I'm not investing in that. I got to see how this plays out first.
Mm-hmm.
Little did I know, I should have
Mm.
bought in at
Mm-hmm.
4,000 or whatever it was. But
So that really is the difference between something that has good fundamentals and is going to be used and you're going to see it recover versus something that has little potential to recover. So, I mean, how do you even tell the difference between something that's trash and something that's going to recover in the marketplace?
well, you certainly have to look at a couple things. You have to look at, is it sound money? So there
Mm.
we can pretty easily say, well, Bitcoin's sound money, and basically nothing else in the market is,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, and then you have to look at, well, does this fill a need or something, some sort of
Mm-hmm.
practical application that nothing else can do?
Mm. So providing a service.
Yeah, because they provide a
Yeah.
service, because that means there's more chance of it than having a recovery out, surviving and having a recovery out, because it's still going to be used and utilized.
Mm-hmm.
Even though maybe its value has dropped off, it's more likely to recant. But I think you're going to see a lot of these, there's a lot of the meme coins and stuff like that are, they're gonna exist, but
Mm-hmm.
they're just not going to be worth anything, because people are going to go, wait a minute, I need to make sure that I keep my money in something that's worth something, that seems to hold its value, and people will naturally move to those things that are sound. That's the natural law of the free market.
Mm. Absolutely. It looks like a lot of investors making decisions at this time. It seems like it's driven by the Fed's hiking the interest rate.
Yes.
That's definitely one of the big stories. So
Yeah.
that's
Well, and
having a pretty,
that's going to have a ripple effect across a lot of
yeah,
sectors. I
pretty
mean,
significant impact. Yeah.
the housing market, just the lending market in general is going to be hit pretty hard.
Mm.
And this isn't specific to crypto. We're seeing stock market's down. We're going to see the housing market, of course. That'll take time for that to show up, but yeah, I think it's going to be a ripple effect across the
Hmm.
entire economy.
So
Sure.
are you going to
And
dump all your Bitcoin?
I'm going to, yeah, no, no, I'm in. So I saw that meme that was going around earlier in the week of the lady and the little kid on the roller coaster.
Oh
She's
yeah,
having a
love that
great time.
meme.
She's hanging. She's like woo, and the little kid's hanging on for dear life, like freaked right out of his mind. And yeah, I'm the adult, and then in that picture.
Uh-huh. Once you've ridden it one dip, it's not as terrifying.
Exactly,
Yeah, but there
exactly.
is a lot of what we call FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And a lot of people got in a strong bull market, which started back in November of 2019, I think. And so, for people who haven't seen a bear market, it must be quite terrifying.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And there's so much misinformation out there. I mean, anybody
Mm,
that's like trying to look for answers, they
mm-hmm,
go on and they type in,
mm-hmm,
predictions about the market. Well, they're going to get
mm-hmm.
everything going, and there's so many people, regular market, anti-Bitcoin people publish stuff saying, this is the death of Bitcoin and the whole bit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, drama sells. It's
yep,
clickbait and so on. But I think the main thing is keep a level head, look at fundamentals, and not at fear.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
It's really interesting to see some of the um, stable coins, Tether, and those sorts of things, they're actually in some pretty serious financial straits um, because of the um,
Is it Tether
like
that's
the
in
way
trouble, or
the
because Tether is
well
backed by U.S. dollars? So I think it was another stable
I,
coin, wasn't it?
was
Uh,
it
the Luna UST or something like that. This is something I need to
I
read
thought it
more,
was
but I
I
believe it
was
was
Tether, but
Bitcoin backed stable coin, which is a bit of a
right.
conundrum or
Okay,
puzzle
maybe that was
that.
it. Yeah, I
So
thought it started with a T, but I read the article quickly, so I might have misunderstood.
yeah, I think there is some difficulty there when you use Bitcoin as your collateral, basically to back a stable coin that's actually meant to track dollar pricing.
Right.
They found they weren't able to, I don't know, to manage it. So this is another centralized stable coin. So that's something to
Yeah.
definitely dive into. What did they do wrong? It's like, how is it set up on the back end?
Well, the problem, I'm pretty sure it was Tether because, well, but I'll have to double check that. But because I just remember they were saying that they weren't fully backed. And that was a big part of the problem. They were only like
Mm,
75% backed. And all of a sudden, everybody started pulling. I mean, in many ways, it's much like the modern banking system. Everybody starts pulling out and selling because it's going down. And yeah, that puts the company or the whatever into a really bad financial position. Terra, that's what it was, not Tether. It was Terra.
mm-hmm.
They actually issued a statement and they stopped recording new blocks. So they basically means, I guess, they stopped transactions on the chain.
Yeah, that's a pretty serious.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, what do you say? I mean, that's failure to continue the blockchain is basically death for blockchain. You can't simply cut it off. Perhaps they intend to make some adjustments, but you got to think that would be the end of that particular blockchain.
And
It's
that
like
right there
something that can't
should
continue.
should be a lesson on centralized
Mm,
versus decentralized. Like that can't happen with Bitcoin. There's nobody to say, "Oh, we're now going to stop recording new blocks." Right? But a
mm-hmm,
centralized company, centralized crypto, whoever it controls it can say, "No, we're going to do this," to sort of,
mm-hmm.
be the tourniquet on the bleeding to try to save it, but we're going to, step in and alter it in that fundamental way. That's that's a pretty good lesson for people who are watching that Bitcoin is superior.